It's made to go Mally. We just made it out to the fishing spot. Water looking good. It's nice and calm. You know them bass. I don't know, but I think they breeding right now, so they gonna be biting. I already know they gonna be biting. I had looked and I seen in the water they had I seen the baby bass. You know we going for the bigger ones, but I seen the baby bass, and we got all our Walmart lures right here. Let's check it out. We gonna see what we gonna hook up. One thing I like to do when coming out into like a new environment, I like scoping the scene out just to see like what other people possibly been biting on. So I just like what they been catching fish on. So I just be looking at like my surroundings to see like what they was fishing with for real. So when I had first came in, I seen this right here. They was fishing with them crunchies, and look, it's a little Cinco. So they definitely biting on the Cincos if that's what they fishing with. Another little sign I seen was this little buzz bait down here. Look, they got another one right here. What this is? This some type of craw. So they catching them on a craws. This, ooh, I'm finna put this in my box. Definitely adding that to my box. And they got another little packet right here. I don't know what that is. Some type of little soft plastic. And then they got this buzz bait right here. It's broke off, but that's what they catching them on, them buzz baits. Soft plastics right here. And look, another little something down up in here. Another little worm. That's a little trick worm right there. That's that watermelon colorway. Look, another one. This another little worm right here. This a brush hog right here. So that's a clear indicator sign of what the fish be biting on, simply by just scoping out the scene and just having that eye, like knowing the different fishing lures and knowing what they biting on. So they biting on soft plastics, they biting on top waters, that buzz bait of top water. But from what I look at it right now, son, based off the terrain and all the grass, I'm gonna use a frog. I'm gonna start off with our Walmart frog. Let's go ahead and get it out, see what it's looking like, and we're gonna compare it to our environment to see if it'll be like a nice fit. Like, say if I was a fish and a frog fell out the tree, if I bite it, if I was a big bass. So let's go ahead and check out our frog right now. We're gonna put these lures in our little box. Put these lures in our box. These all our Walmart lures that we picked up from Walmart yesterday. Here go our frog right here. Our little spinner bait. Oh yeah, that's a nice look. Check our frog out. Check our frog out and we're gonna compare it. That's a nice fit, that frog coming across the water. If you was a fish, would you tear that up? We're gonna go ahead and take the frog out the pack right now. Another nice look. Check that out. Yeah, they gonna bite on that. So what we gonna do first, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get our frog set up, and we're gonna get out there on the water, see if we could get us some fish off the top water. Let's do it. Just got our frog on and tied up. We're gonna go ahead and get our first cast out there, see if we could get us on a bass. Right before I cast, I was just looking. They got another soft plastic in the water right here. This a lizard. Try to get him. There you go. This that June bug colorway. Nice lizard. We're gonna go ahead and add that to our tackle that we got now. You wanna always be aware of your surroundings when you out in the wilderness fishing, regardless of any scenario. But simply us just looking around and scoping the scene, this all the lures that we done picked up so far. And we might have an opportunity to fish with these as well, simply by being observant. So we're gonna go ahead, let's get our frog out there and get on these fish. Let's go ahead and check out the action on our frog. That's what I wanted right there. Coming off that bank. That's what I knock 'em at, coming off that bank. Check them out. One thing I noticed about our Walmart fishing lure, it got some pretty decent action when you first cast out there. But one thing about them cheap frogs, they get filled up with water fast. Check this out. When they get filled up with water, they stop floating on the top and they start to sink. So every 2 or 3 casts, I'm gonna have to squish it just to get the water out and cast back out there. So that's one little thing I noticed with our Walmart fishing frog. I'm gonna do a couple more casts, see if I can get us on a fish. And if not, we're gonna switch to a different spot, switch to a different lure and keep it pushing. Alright, so I was finna leave and go to a different spot. And I noticed they got bass in the water. They right there up on the bank. I moved slightly further to the left of the location that I was just at and I could see the fish in the water. So I think what I'm gonna do is tie one of my mini crankbaits on, reel it to the bank and see if I could sight fish one of these bass. Let's see if we could get us one. I'm gonna go ahead, tie one of my cranks on, see which one I'm gonna pick out, see if we could get on one of these bass that's up here on this bank right quick. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is go with this little frog right here, the weedless frog. I'm gonna cast it out there and see if we could get on one of these bass, see if they blow up on the top water. I was casting out there up on a bank trying to sight fish one of the bass. But it's the clouds. It's the clouds had gotten away. Like I couldn't see the bass no more. So I ain't get a bass. So we finna head to the next spot and see if we could get us on some fish. Hey, we ain't get us no fish, but we got that pizza though.
Right? If there was, I'd be hauling butt, let me go.
We ain't catch us no fish. I gotta revise my plan. That's 2 bags. I ain't catching me no fish. I'm hot.